We define ourselves based on all of the things we hear about ourselves from other people. And when you fill your head with other people's opinions, it's really hard to love yourself and accept yourself.
When people get surveyed about what are the attributes that they look for in great leaders, one of the most common answers is authenticity. What does authenticity mean to you, Roberta?
Authenticity to me means that you lead more from your heart than you do from your head, that you understand who you are in the world, and you have a desire to connect with and meet others where they are in the world. Not all of us are the same, but we all have the desire to be seen, heard, and understood. And you first need to be able to see, hear, and understand yourself before you can offer that to anybody.
So the first step once again becomes awareness, is what I'm hearing. And I'm following a thread here that you are using yoga to connect to yourself. When you connect yourself, you can become more aware of who you really are so that you can then show up as your authentic self. How does that sit with you?
And with authenticity, I wrote down 3 A's. Awareness is the first, acceptance is the second, and then acknowledgement is the third.
Your blog is just outstanding, by the way, and the audience should definitely take a look at it. Some wonderful gems in there. Another one that you wrote recently, struggling to love yourself.
Yeah.
Tell us about this acceptance, and there are people out there that find self-love, self-care. We'll start with self-love. They find self-love difficult. Why do you think that is?
We define ourselves based on all of the things we hear about ourselves from other people. And when you fill your head with other people's opinions, it's really hard to love yourself and accept yourself, because sometimes what people say is not the kindest thing. And I think as we grow up as women trying to meet the standards of perfection, we develop our sense of self based on these comments, and then we add our own in. So as we become adults, now we're adding our own negative thinking and negative thoughts on top of what other people have said about us. So we have this whole past that kind of weighs us down and holds us back and keeps us from really accepting who we are and getting to know who we are.
How much of it is interpretation? So my point I was making before, or I was leading towards, was that you said that people don't always say nice things, and that is a very true statement. How much of it is actually just perception of what other people think? What role does that play?
I come with my own set of thoughts, ideas, and opinions. So the way I hear something may not be the way the other person means it. And they come with their own thoughts, ideas, opinions. And what I say may be interpreted differently than I mean it. So then to have that common thread of connection through communication and being willing to ask a question, being willing to clarify. You do this so well. You clarify, you make sure that you understand before you move on to the next thing. That is a useful tool and a phenomenal skill to help bring people into a place where it's not only their own limiting beliefs that are stopping them from making progress, because they're taking the time to work through it to create that place of understanding.